The core committee on Naga Political Issue today sought the intervention of Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Union Home Minister Amit Shah for resumption of talks between the Government of India interlocutor and the NSCN-IM. The 9-member core committee delegation led by Nagaland Chief Minister Nephew Rio, which called on Union Home Minister Amit Shah today, urged that the talks should be based on the framework agreement, the competencies of NSCN-IM and contents of former interlocutor R.N. Ravi's competency. As per sources, while Union Home Minister Shah gave patient hearing to the core committee delegation, he also made it clear that the Indian national flag and constitution cannot be undermined in any way. Well, Shah also asked the core committee to impress upon the NSCN-IM collective leadership to resume talks and come to a logical conclusion. UDA Chairman T.R. Zaliang, who was also a part of the delegation, informed Northeast Live that the core committee held a free and frank discussion with the Union Home Minister and the outcome of the meeting was positive. So, big story we are tracking this evening, viewers. The core committee on Naga Political Issue today sought the intervention of Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Union Home Minister Amit Shah for resumption of talks between the Government of India interlocutor and the NSCN-IM. Well, the 9-member core committee delegation led by Nagaland Chief Minister Nephew Rio, which called on Union Home Minister Amit Shah today, urged that the talks should be based on the framework agreement, the competencies of NSCN-IM and contents of former interlocutor R.N. Ravi's competency. Well, as per sources, while Union Home Minister Shah gave patient hearing to the core committee delegation, he also made it clear that the Indian national flag and constitution cannot be undermined in any way. Well, not only this, Shah also asked the core committee to impress upon the NSCN-IM collective leadership to resume talks and come to a logical conclusion. UDA Chairman T.R. Zaliang, who was also a part of the delegation, informed Northeast Live that the core committee held a free and frank discussion with the Union Home Minister and the outcome of the meet was positive. Meanwhile, talking exclusively to Northeast Live correspondent Sarah Konyak, core committee member secretary Neba Kronu termed the meeting with Shah as fruitful. Kronu added that Home Minister Shah was informed of the core committee's July 16 resolution. Listen in.
Mr. Kronu, the core committee is making a final attempt for solution before the 2023 general assembly elections. Today, the core committee delegation led by our Chief Minister Nephew Rio met the Union Home Minister. What details can you share us about today's meeting?
I don't know whether we have to call it a final call. Today's meeting, Union Home Minister also has given us enough time today. We had apprised him of about that 16 July resolution. So he was also quite serious. Let us hope for the best. And in today's meeting, there was a Home Secretary was also there. Others are also there. We have not discussed any other issues also, except on this Naga political issue.
Mr. Kono, what is the stand of the government of India on the contentious issue of a separate flag and constitution, for which the IM is still standing very firm on their demand?
These are the issues where they are not coming to terms till now.
Right.
But whatever may be, our request is that there should be a meeting point again, and then discuss what is possible, what is not possible.
Right.
Because the talk is over by 31st October 2019. So then few issues which they could not come to terms, I think they have to revisit and then settle the issues.
Mr. Krono, as per the July 16 resolution that was adopted, the core committee have requested appeal to the government of India, the Prime Minister and the Union Home Minister to invite the NSCN-IM for an early settlement to the Indo-Naga political issue. So did the Union Home Minister convey any message on this point of the resolution that was adopted by the core committee?
So the government of India is inviting them again to discuss. That is what we have been informed.
Any date has been scheduled for the same?
That is not confirmed, but as early as possible.
All right, viewers, to know more on this, we are being joined over phone line with our correspondent from Kohima, Sarah Konyak. So, Sarah, what, according to you, is the crux of today's very crucial meeting?
Well, Priya, the 11-member delegation, which includes 9 members from the core committee by the Chief Minister and also the 2 MPs from the Rajya Sabha and the Lok Sabha, were also present in today's meeting with the Union Home Minister. The meeting lasted for about half an hour, and the Home Minister, the Union Home Minister, had also given a patient hearing to the core committee in today's meeting. As per the information that we have gathered, is that the core committee had convened to the Union Home Minister the contention of the NSCN-IM after signing the framework agreement. If I am to mention that the then interlocutor, Mr. Ravi, had handed over his competency or the so-called formulation paper to the NSCN-IM collective leadership on the 8th May of 2018 to bring the Naga issue to a logical conclusion. And thereon, on the 31st of October 2019, Mr. Ravi, the then interlocutor, and the NSCN-IM collective leadership had decided to revisit on some of the contentious issues on the competency clauses of both the parties. And accordingly, both the parties had met on the 9th of November 2019. However, after controversy started between both the parties, and on 31st of October, Mr. Ravi had also requested the NSCN-IM to review the competency and resubmit for further negotiation. And accordingly, the NSCN-IM had resubmitted the competency on 8th of June 2020. So, based on today's meeting, the core committee had also convened to the Home Minister, Union Home Minister, that after the current representative of the government of India, Mr. A.K. Mishra, took over to resume talks with the NSCN-IM, had submitted his side of the competency on the 13th June 2022. However, unfortunately, differences erupted between both the parties, after which the NSCN-IM delegation had left for Delhi and refused to continue the talk, as there was a trust deficit created by A.K. Mishra, because his competency did not include anything that was referred from Mr. From the then interlocutor, Mr. Ravi, and as per input from the UDA chairman and former.
So, Sarah, while the core committee sought the Prime Minister's and Home Minister's intervention in resumption of talks, well, Union Home Minister Amit Shah has in turn urged the core committee to impress the NSCN-IM to resume talks.
Yes. Like I was saying, according to the NSCN-IM, the current interlocutor, Mr. A.K. Mishra, has submitted his formulation papers on 13th of June, which was completely deviated from the then interlocutor, Mr. Ravi's proposal on 3 points. That is the integration, the Yezabo, known as the Constitution, and also the Regional Autonomous Territorial Council. So, basing on this, the core committee had requested the intervention of the Honorable Prime Minister and also the Home Secretary to resume the talks based on the framework agreement, which was also adopted in the resolution of the 16th July of the core committee. The Home Minister in today's meeting has entrusted the delegated core committee headed by the CM to impress upon the NSCN-IM to resume the talk and come to a logical conclusion. Wherein the core committee has also assured the Home Minister that they will convey the feeling of the government of India, and the core committee which has left Delhi and they are returning to Nagaland today, will be meeting the NSCN-IM at the earliest, and they will be conveying the IM leadership about what transpired in today's meeting. And also, if I am to mention, then in today's meeting, the core committee, the Union Home Minister has categorically stated that the stance of the government of India remains the same on the issue of the contention on the issue of a separate flag and a separate constitution, which NSCN-IM is
Right.
still stemming from.